clown world is firing on all cylinders yet again. I'll just pick a couple of things that have caught my attention. I've been quite busy. I've been doing the touristy stuff around my own city lately, and it's been quite interesting because it's a lot of stuff I haven't done before, or it's a lot of stuff that I did a long time ago. But it is stuff that takes a whole day to do. So I've been really busy and been concentrating on that. But I happened to catch a few news articles around the place, and I'm sorry to do this, Pink. Okay, look. If you Google top 20 Pink songs or something, and you put that list in front of me, I guarantee you I can sing you every single one. And they will be quite good. I was a fan. I used to think this woman was awesome. So she came out at a time when I was really young growing up, and we had the whole Barbie princess being the epitome of beauty. So you had the Paris Hilton types, the Jessica Simpson, Britney Spears, like Christina Aguilera, that kind of look. So all blonde, all thin, all airheaded, and that was a gimmick. I know Paris Hilton is actually intelligent. That was news to me. That was only something I found out a little while ago. She's actually pretty smart, and that was part of her persona. I get it. But Pink came around at a time when girls were saying, yeah, look, I don't look like this, and the boys around my area all like these girls. I cannot be one of these girls, and even if I want to try and do that, it's not going to be me, and in the end I'm not going to be happy. We were really happy that there was this woman that came along that was championing the way we felt. She was mouthy, she didn't give a crap. She actually was really proud to say, I don't want to fit in the cookie cutter thing, and she lived that life, and she was awesome. We all thought she was excellent. In Australia, she definitely has a huge fan base that spans generations now at this point. However, I'm disappointed because she faded into the background of my life. I moved on, and she was really only one of the very few kind of mainstream artists that I kind of liked. I liked her thing. I liked her gimmick. I liked her acrobatics, but it's called something. Her aerials, you know, with the scarves and all the tricks she does. She puts on a good show, and I have seen her several times over my lifetime. But yeah, she faded into the background. I only hear about her now when she's saying something fucking stupid, and that kind of disappoints me. What happened? Well, the thing that seems to happen to everybody that gets famous and that lives that lifestyle, and I bet she's more grounded than a lot of people that are that famous and that are that well off. But as a whole, it just seems to me that when people get the money and they have a cushy lifestyle, they don't actually have a decent relationship with reality. And reality itself is definitely relative. But what I'm saying is that someone of that caliber, of that income, of that talent level, of that lifestyle, does not know what it's like to live the life that you probably live. And so when they advocate on behalf of Big Pharma, a billion-dollar company, to tell you which medical decisions to make, that kind of makes people mad. And I'm talking about that today because it's not just her. She's only the latest one to do this that's getting attention. There's a huge lot of people. I mean, we all saw this when certain candidates were elected, and to have big names that were big a long time ago, like, for example, Cher, say, oh, you know, I'm moving out of this fucking country. Well, did ya, though? Did you? No. I didn't think so. You got all the money in the world, but you still didn't. We elevate these people and we celebrate them. They are celebrities because they've offered society something that a lot of people cannot do, or a lot of people didn't have the opportunity to do. They are celebrated because they offer a talent. We want to elevate them. We want to give them kudos. We want to give them money. We want to give them accolades. We want to give them compensation for what they offer us, because thank you. Some of her songs, going back to Pink, some of Pink's songs have been amazing in my life. I've really, really enjoyed her and her artistry. But I cannot thank you for using your platform that was built on another topic, so far away from what she's saying now, and thinking that she can speak about this. She can have an opinion. We've all got one. But people like her think that they can be disrespectful in the way they deliver it to somebody just because of who she is. But you're who you are on a totally different subject, and we elevated you based on that different subject. Get out of my face when you're speaking to me about who I should vote for, or which concoction I should put in my arm. You don't have a right. I know you've got a few $1 million probably for saying that on behalf of that company, but you don't have a right to tell people what to do and expect them to listen to you and make fun of them or say derogatory things about them just because they don't. And another celebrity has come out to give their opinion and to let you know that you're all a bunch of plebs and uneducated racists who can't form your own opinion or your own interpretation of certain words used. And that is Bryan Cranston. So he's the old dude in Breaking Bad. I've got to admit, I've never actually seen an episode of that. The way I know this man is because I was very, very young and watching an episode of The X-Files called West, I think, where he plays a man who has to keep traveling west because his brain's going to explode if he doesn't. That's where I know him from. The other thing I know him from is what he recently said about the phrase "Make America Great Again." I'm Aussie. I don't really care about that phrase or anything like that, but I do specifically remember Ron Paul in 2012 running with the campaign slogan quite similar to that, which was "Restore America Now." It just is a notion that America has some issues, or the country has some issues, and we want to make them better like it was. Remember back in the good old days? It's just that kind of notion that they're running on. The specific words of it that are used in this time around, it means the same thing. It's to get you to go, oh shit, my life is pretty annoying right now. Remember back when I was younger and this and this and this? That's just helping to conjure that kind of feeling in you. It doesn't mean that it's racist. What the hell is this guy even talking about? I mean, if someone was to say that to me about my country, if someone ran on the slogan of like, let's make Australia great again, the first thing that I would think back to would be maybe the 90s, early 2000s, before tech got massive, before social media was a thing, before everyone was angry at each other and encouraged to post about it. That's when I think things were better. So yeah, I don't know, this guy sitting in his high tower somewhere in one of his many properties trying to let you know that you're below him for daring to not be able to see that this caption is racist. What? I mean, is he really that bored? He's not working at the moment or something? Like, what's the issue here? I'm getting really sick of celebrities trying to give us their opinion, and that's fine. As I said before, everyone's got an opinion, that's okay. But trying to force you into thinking a certain way and thinking to the way they think, their skewed opinions on things. They no longer have a valid opinion on a lot of stuff because they don't live a regular life. No one thinks like that. No one is thinking like that. We're just trying to get some change together to go down the shop and buy some bread and milk, okay? Get out of my face. Don't want to be one of those people that's asking you to sub and like, but if you feel like commenting or liking, that would help me out. It'll give me the power to do more of these episodes.